Hello beautiful people, welcome to another video tutorial. In this tutorial I will be taking you through on how to make a double-faced beret. You can turn any of the sides, and one part of the beret is going to be a 6 pieces beret, while the inner part will be a normal beret. So if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and drop your comments in the comment section below. Also share to your friends, your family, to your loved ones. And without wasting much of your time, let's dive right in. So these are the materials we'll be working with. I have my royal blue scuba. I'll be using this one for the inner. Then I have my black scuba. This will be the outer part. Then I have my black thread. I also have my royal blue thread. I have my black thread. When I'm fixing my thread on my machine, this will be at the top, while the royal blue will be at the down part. You get? So I have my tape measure, I have my pencil, I have my brown paper. We are going to be using this for our pattern first before we transfer to our fabric. I also have my blue pearls. Can you see? I'll be using this one for this royal blue material. Can you see? I'll be using this one. Then gold, I'll be using this for this, and this gold flower, I'll be using it for the black fabric. So without wasting much of our time, let's dive right in. So friends, to make your beret, I already have a video of a beret on my channel. You can check that out to get the full gist on how to make a normal beret. So, but nevertheless, the same way we make that one, there's going to be a slight difference in making this one, because this is going to be two types of beret in one. There's two types of beret in one. One is a 6 pieces beret. One is the other side of it is going to be a normal beret, and both of them has a different cutting. So you take your head circumference measurement and you divide it by 6.28. Your head circumference divided by 6.28, you get what to use for your head circumference here, like this. But to get the wideness of our beret, you are still going to divide your head circumference divided by 4, your head circumference divided by 4. So you get what to use for the wideness of your beret. Your head circumference divided by 4, you get what to use for your beret. So the head circumference I'm working with here is 21. So 21 divided by 4 will give me what I'm going to use for the length of my circumference of my beret. That is the wideness of my beret. Now, in doing that, you fold if you are using a pattern, all good. But if you are doing it straight on your fabric, all good. You fold your pattern into 4. I folded it into 2 first, then I folded it into another 2, so making 4. Can you see? This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Can you see? So I folded it into 4. Then the length I'll be using for this beret, that is the wideness of my beret, is going to be 5.5. 5.5. Remember I said to get the wideness of your beret, you need to divide your head circumference by 4. Head circumference by 4 to get the wideness of the beret. So for me, I'm using 5.5 as the wideness of my beret. 5.5. So you mark your 5.5. Don't forget start placing your tape at this point, at this sharp edge. You get, place your tape at that point, then you mark your 5.5. You can add ½ inch to make it 6 for the same allowance, but me, I'm going to use 5.5 because I don't want it to be too wide. So So if you want your own to be wide, you can use 6. But I am using 5.5. So I mark my 5.5 round. Mark it round 5.5. You can see I've gotten a new tape. Those of you that are following me on my channel, if you check my previous videos, you see the tape I was using is not that good enough. So I've gotten a new tape. So 5.5, mark it round. 5.5, mark it round, mark it round, mark it round. 5.5. Make sure your marking is correct. So I'm going to join the lines together. See, I've joined the lines together. I've joined the lines together. Sorry, my voice is kind of down. I have kata, so that is why. So sorry about that. I hope you can hear me. I just hope you guys can hear me, because my voice is not as sharp as it used to be, but still manageable. So to get our head circumference, that's the part that is going to be on our head. The part that is going to be our head. I said you divide your head circumference. When you take your head circumference, divide it by 6.28. 6.28. So mine, the head circumference I'm using here is 278. This 2 inches, this 2¼ this 2½, this 2¾ this is 278. 278. I see 278 here. So mark it round. Mark it round 278 like this. This 278. I hope you guys can see it. Is it? It's not to 3 inches. 278. This is 278. Can you see it? This 2¼ 2½, 2¾ that's 278. That is what I marked for. So I'm still going to mark properly. So I'll join the lines together. So we have marked out our line. We are going to cut it out. We are going to cut it out now. So this is what we have after cutting it out. This is what we have after cutting it out. So we are going to use this to cut a full circle. So to cut a full circle, open it up like this. Open it up like this. Then pin it down. So we are going to pin it down. Pin it down after the other. The reason for our pinning is so that while cutting, it won't be shifting from one place to another. That is the reason Make sure when cutting, use your hands to lay it properly so that you won't have any kind of fold. Like you won't have it folding on one side. So everything will lay properly. So that's the reason for this thing is not good. So well pinned. So I'm going to cut it round. I'll cut it round. So I'll cut it and show you what we have. This is what I have after cutting it round. Can you see? So I'm going to remove my pins. I'll remove my pin. So can you see? We have a full circle and the one for right circumference. So this is how you are going to place it. So this is for the inner part. You get, this is for the inner. You know, I said we are doing two kind of beret. So we are going to do the pattern for the 6 pieces beret, and we are going to use this for the 6 pieces. So if you are making a 4 pieces beret, and to make our 4 pieces beret, the pattern we took out the other time, you fold it into 2 first, then into another 2, as if you are cutting a fillet. You get, that's to get the lines you're going to mark. Like use your hand to straighten up each edges like this to get your lines. Then you open it up like this. When you open it up, mark out the midpoint. This is the midpoint. Mark out the midpoint. Then take your ruler and make these lines visible. Make the lines visible. Make the lines visible. Make the lines visible. I'm using a pencil so that if there's any mistake, I can erase. So it's better to use a pencil than to use either a biro or a marker. So marking out my 4 lines. This is the midpoint. This is the pattern for the 4 pieces. Can you see it? This is the pattern for the 4 pieces. Can you see? So I'm going to add my seam allowance at the edge. 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm going to add my seam allowance at the edge. Add my seam allowance at the edge. Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look you add for this too. Add your seam allowance. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay? Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be. Make sure you are careful not to add more than 1/2 inch. You will see the reason why we are adding 1/2 inch later. So, this is 1/2 inch. Then pick your ruler and roll it out. Can you see? You roll it out like this. Can you see? Then even at this place, you add your 1/2 inch. You add your 1/2 inch. Then, can you see what we did? Can you see what we did? You add 1/2 inch. Pick one portion of the 4 pieces. One portion of the 4 pieces. Then you add 1/2 inch. Round it. That 1/2 inch is for your seam allowance, because you are going to join this to together with it, so you need to add your half inch. So I'll cut it out and show you what we have. So this is one pattern out of the 4 pattern. Can you see? We've added our half inch. So it is this one now we are going to use to cut on our fabric. In cutting, we are cutting 4 pieces of this to get this full circle. We are cutting 4 pieces of this to get this full circle. 4 pieces of this to get this full circle. So follow me as we cut on our fabric. So I want to transfer this and this to our fabric. I already labeled it 4 pieces beret pattern. I already labeled it so that in case I want to make a beret, I can still use this as my pattern. So first and first, we cut out this, and we are cutting one of this. So I'll pin it with my pin it down, pin it round. Sorry. I don't have to let me use this place. I finished pinning, so I'm going to cut them. I'm going to cut it round. I'm cutting it round. So I'm going to cut out this inner part. I'm going to cut it out like this is not sharp. So
yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay? Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way.
So we have our inner part cut off. So I'll use this to cut for our royal blue. I'll use this to cut for our royal blue. Remove the things. This aside. But before we cut our royal blue, let's cut out this one. So we're done with this black fabric. So to cut out this, place it like this. Place it like this. Now fold it into 2. So cut out our 4 twins. Pin it down. Pin it down, but if you cannot cut it without pinning, please try and pin it down. But I can cut without pinning. Then it's pin. Because the fabric is very, very, very thick. Holding it together. So this is it. Can you see? So I'm going to cut 2 of this again. So I finished cutting the 4 pieces. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have my circle. So I'm going to use this to cut the royal blue. I'll be cutting 2 of this for the royal blue. 2 of this. So friends, I already have my pattern set. My royal blue. This. I'm going to take it to my machine now. Right side facing right side. This is my right side. So I'll stitch it round with ½ inch. I'll stitch it round with ½ inch. Then for this, first of all, I'll go to my machine and stitch all these together. I'll stitch them together like this, like right side to right side, like this. I'll stitch them together like this. Can you see it's forming our circle? Stitch them together like this. Can you see? So I'll stitch this together, then stitch this together, then stitch this together. Then I'll come back and show you what we have. Can you see I've stitched ½ inch? I stitched ½ inch. So I'm going to turn it like this. I remove my pin from here. So I'll turn it like this. Then top stitch. Then I'll come back and show you. Can you see I've top stitched? I've top stitched it. So I'm going to correct this side. It's not straight enough. I'll correct it and come back and show you. So I've top stitched it. Can you see? I'm going to get the pieces and put here as that stuff that used to be on top of a beret. I don't know if you understand it. That's straight stuff that used to be on top of a beret. So I'll get the pieces. So this is the pieces I'll be using. I'm going to sew it down like this. I'll sew it down like this. Then I will get the midpoint. I'll get the midpoint and sew it down to this place like this. Do you understand? So I'll do it and show you how it will. So I've stitched both together. So I'm going to press it down. Then I'll come back and tell you what next. So I've pressed it down. I'm going to take this and tack it to the center like this. Tack it to the center. Then I'll take this and turn it like this. Then I'll sew it straight. And I'll come back and show you what it will look like. So can you see, guys, I've finished joining everything and I've put this at the center. Can you see it? Can you see it's looking beautiful already? Can you see? So I'm going to use this to trim it round. I'm going to use this to trim it round like this. I'll turn it the other side. First of all, I'll pin it. I'll pin it down. Then I'll use that. Can you see? I'll pin it down now. I'll pin it and show you what I have. I've pinned it round, so I'm going to trim off the excess like this. trim that off. Then I have some here. So then I'll take it to my machine now and sew it round. Then I'll come back and show you. After sewing it round, I'll also sew this Reversible. I'll also sew it round. Then I'll bring the two and show you. So that's what mates. Can you see I've stitched both of them? I stitched this one round. I used 1/4 inch for that. Then I used 1/2 inch for that. The reason I use 1/4 inch for this and used 1/2 inch is so that by the time I place this one inside this, it will balance everything will lay properly. So that is why I used 1/2 inch for one and used 1/4 inch for the other one. So I will turn it now and show you what we have. So Crazy Soulmate, can you see I've turned it inside out? I've turned it inside out. This is royal blue. So I'm going to place it like this. I will turn it like this. I'll turn it like this. Then place it inside. Place it inside. Then I will sew 1/2 inch round. I'll sew 1/2 inch round and I'll leave a space of 2 inch or 1.5, 2 inch or 1.5 to bring it out, to turn it inside out. Then I'll show you what I have. So Crazy Soulmate, I've sew it round. So this is the opening I left. This is it here. So I'll bring it out from here. I'll bring it out. So I'll bring it out and show you. So I'll bring it out. So I'm going to close up this place. I'll tuck it in first. I'll tuck it in first. So I've tucked it in. I'm going to close up this part. So I'll close it up and I'll come back and show you what we have. So there, Crazy Soulmate, I'm done with the beret. Can you see? We've come to the end of this class. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you can be notified each time I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to drop your comments in the comment section below, and we'll see you in our next class. Bye.